This is Bill at Highland Hill Farm. I'm going to comment today about the Lower Merion School District. I think any parent that has a child that has a computer that has been, programmed to spy on them should not give the computer back to the school until a court determines whether you should give it back, because they will probably try and destroy evidence. Must be careful. Administrators in cases like this try to cover their tails. They seek legal shelter to get it out of harm's way. And do not give that computer back unless a court tells you to, because you may be allowing them to destroy evidence. Now, the school district, you should vote out all the members of the school district. I would bet, and I'm not a real loser on bets. I would bet most of your administrators and most of your school board members are Democrats. Now, I may be wrong. Prove me wrong. I would bet. And these are the people like Obama who wants to have unfettered access to your cell phone to know where you are. He wants to have more control over what you can type on the computer. These are the people that talk about free speech and don't walk the walk. Now, we have to stand up against these people. So what you can do is write the school district a letter and tell the school district who you are and where you live and your address, and put them on notice. Give it to the attorney for the school district, put them on notice that none of the administrators, teachers, or faculty, or superintendents, or principals are allowed on your property. Give them some real busy work, because once you send that letter to the school district, to the legal offices of the school district, which is their attorney, he will have to notify those people. So let's give them some homework. Teachers are real good at giving homework. And principals and administrators love homework. So give them some homework. This is Mike Lewis at Lewis Wholesale Nursery and Michael Hurst at Highland Hill Farm, and they're going to be discussing the paperbark maple or acrogryphum.
Good morning. We're here at Lewis Nursery looking at some paperbark maples. Paperbark maples are a very nice tree. It has nice bark on it. If you look closely, you can see the exfoliating bark. It almost looks like cinnamon strips. Very attractive when it's peeling. After it peels, it's a nice, smooth, shiny bark. Paperbark maples get a real great fall color. It gets lots of intense reds and purples in them. It's a slower growing tree. It'll grow about 6-8 inches a year for you. We have them available in single stems as well as a multiple stem form like we have here. It's a great focal piece for anywhere on the property, particularly in front of your house, in a nice little garden. Mike, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, you can put this one closer to your houses, not like a river birch or any other bigger maples. Since this won't grow as big, that you can put closer, it won't grow into your siding or grow up over your house or into your gutters or anything like that, and leaving leaves in your gutters, which is good. Other things that people like about them is that once you put them in, they're usually pretty good. And when the leaves fall off it, Mike said, you can see the bark, and that's when the bark really becomes an attraction piece to it.
Do people highlight this at night with a light?
They can, and usually what they do is they put lights up against it and having shadow cast against the house.
How easy is this tree to grow?
It's not the easiest tree, but you can do it.
I think it's very adaptable to a lot of different kinds of soil types. It'll take soil that's a little on the wet side as well as a little on the dry side.
Zone 5 to about 7?
Yes.
And when you dig this, describe how you'll dig it and what you'll do to dig it.
Okay, this time of year we pre-treat the tree with Bioplex just to make sure that it'll transplant easily. What we do is we have a mechanical tree spade, a hydraulic tree spade that'll just dig a bowl out for us. We'll put it in a wire basket with burlap tied up nice and tight. When it's ready to be planted, everything can go right in the ground. You don't need to cut the basket off, cut the string off. Everything will just rot in the ground itself. The wire basket won't affect the growth of the tree. Now you have these in both single stem and multi-stem. Okay, and what other trees do you have just in this area we can briefly give people
over here,
Mr. Hurst, we have some forest pansy redbud. Forest pansy redbud comes out, it'll show up good against my shirt, with this reddish, purplish foliage early spring to about midsummer. It'll fade a little bit if you look further down the branch. Any new growth will still come out with this purple color. It's very attractive. It gets your typical redbud flower, nice big, almost magenta type flower. At each leaf bud there'll be a flower. Flowers on the new growth from this year, as well as the old growth from last year. It's a nice large shrub. It's also available in a tree form.
Okay, and then over here?
Over here we have another kind of redbud called Cercis covey. It's a weeping redbud. Has the same magenta type flower. You can see the flower buds here. You can almost see the little color in them already if you get up close. And this just has the nice weeping branches. Great focal piece in a garden, anywhere in your landscape. In the spring when it blooms, it's just a cascading bunch of flowers, those magenta colored flowers.
What are these trees over here, Mike? This is an unusual one. Has different colors on it.
This is a Paradia persica.
Persian Paradia.
It's a member of the witch hazel family. You can see it's already starting to get its fall color. It's just incredible. It purples and reds and oranges and yellow. It gets an exfoliating bark. The bark starts to flake off a little bit when it gets older. It's mottled.
How tall will this grow to be?
About 20-25 feet tall. It'll stay nice and compact. And again, this plant's also available in a multiple stem or shrub form, as well as a tree form. It gets a little purple flower on it in springtime. It's pretty insignificant, but if you look closely, you can find it.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And we hope if you need some nursery stock, you give us a call at 215-651-8329. This is Bill Hurst, Mike Lewis, and Michael Hurst. And we're here to serve your tree needs. Thank you very much.